Hi Earth signs, and welcome to your reading, and also welcome to my channel. If you are new, I'm the Dream Medium. So in this reading we will be doing a relationship profile reading. I decided to start this new series where I will be doing a relationship profile reading for each element. So if you're not familiar with my personal readings, basically I do offer personal readings, and one of my personal readings is called a relationship profile reading. So in a relationship profile reading, you will be getting 3 spreads. The first spread will be about your past, so what occurred between you and your love interest in the past. The second spread will be about the present. So what is currently happening to you? What is currently happening to your love interest as well? And then the third spread, will be about the future. So what is to come? What will happen between you and your love interest? Now, my relationship profile readings is really one of my most popular personal readings. A lot of my customers love to purchase this because we're really going to be going in depth to understand the purpose of the connection, all right? So let's just get started. So I've already shuffled and displayed the cards just for time's sake. And so what is displayed here for you is your past. So what occurred in the past between you and your love interest? And so the 3 cards that came out for your past spread were the 5 of Pentacles, the 9 of Cups, and the 3 of Pentacles. So starting with the 5 of Pentacles, whenever I see this card, I get the word complication, I get the word stubborn. Someone is overly complicating a love connection that really wasn't meant to be hard. When I see this 5 of Pentacles, I'm seeing that there is an easy way out, or there is an easier solution to a problem in a relationship or a love connection, but someone is choosing to overcomplicate it. Someone is choosing to go the harder route even when there is an easier route. Notice how here with this 5 of Pentacles, you'll see this man and this woman, and they really look like they need help. I mean, this gentleman here, both of them are not appropriately dressed for this weather. It's snowing, perhaps there's even a blizzard, and this gentleman here, he's on crutches, and he looks ill. He really looks like he needs help. And same with this woman here. She's not appropriately dressed, and they're barefooted. So these are people who are really in need of help. Notice how right beside them there is a building, and this building has really stunning and luxurious glass windows where you can see the 5 Pentacles. So I would assume that this building has everything that they need. I mean, this is a building where it looks quite fancy, So perhaps whatever they need, whether that's warmth, clothing, food, I'm pretty sure that if they would just lift their head up and go inside this building, they would receive the help that they need, but they're choosing to walk right past this building. So what I'm seeing here is that in the past, whatever the issue, the problem was that occurred between you and your love interest, understand that it was a problem that the two of you could have, overcome. With this 5 of Pentacles here, though, it just seems like someone had a stubborn behavior, and someone was really making the situation harder than it needs to be. Perhaps they had a big ego. Perhaps they were overly cautious. Maybe they had some fears. Maybe they went through something traumatic in their past relationships or childhood trauma. But I'm just seeing that whatever the problem was, the two of you could have found a solution. Next, you have the 9 of Cups. When I see the 9 of Cups, I'm seeing that someone was really heavily protecting something, whether they were protecting their relationship, the love connection. But when I see this 9 of Cups, I'm seeing potential. So it seems like someone chose to stay in a connection that was filled with problems, that was filled with hardship. They chose to stay in the connection and not end the connection because they were protecting their relationship. They didn't want to end it, and it's almost like they had they had already envisioned their entire life with their love interest, and so the thought of meeting someone new or breaking up was just not on their mind at all. They refused to put this connection to an end, even if it was unhealthy for them. And that's simply because they were only looking at the potential. Notice how here these are 9 cups. Now, I always say that the biggest difference between a cup and a pentacle is that a cup is not 100% guaranteed. Someone could offer you a cup, and although these cups are golden and shiny and they look fancy, we cannot see what is inside of these cups. So it's pretty much that saying that goes, not everything that glitters is gold. Someone could offer you a shiny golden cup, but you have no clue what is inside. They could be offering you false hope, broken promises. You know, you never know. Whereas a pentacle is something that is actually guaranteed abundance and success. So if you look here, this is a person who really feels like they have enough. Even if they don't, they feel like they do. So for an example, even if you were going through some hardship, because you were so passionate about the kind of person that your love interest could be, keyword could be, you felt like it was okay for you to stay in a situation that wasn't good for you because you were hoping for better days. Cups are just potential. So it's almost like someone in this connection, whether it was you or your love interest, you were passionate enough to stay in this connection, but it's only because you were hoping that things would change. It's only because you saw so much potential in what your love interest could be or in what the relationship could be like. But it's just potential. Potential is not guaranteed. So this is a lot of stubbornness here. I mean, this person is guarding their 9 cups. So this is someone where they have really been persuaded that they're doing the right thing, and they're very determined to keep what they have. So I'm just seeing here that, like I said, this 5 of Pentacles, this is hardship. Someone chose the hard route when there was an easier route. And why did they do that? It's because they saw a lot of potential in their partner, in the relationship. The potential was there, but like I said, potential is not guaranteed. Next, you have the 3 of Pentacles. Now, when I see the 3 of Pentacles, the word that I got is exposing. Now, the 3 of Pentacles is not like the Tower card, okay? Typically, whatever is exposed is something that you already knew. The 3 of Pentacles simply means that there was something that we were choosing to not see because we wanted to see our vision. And a lot of times when that is the case, we choose to ignore the facts. We choose to ignore the red flags in a relationship. But with this 3 of Pentacles here, you were forced to see something that you basically already knew of, but you were trying to ignore it because you just saw the potential in this person so much. This 3 of Pentacles, if you'll see this gentleman here, he's standing on a stool and he has a flashlight in his hand and he's pointing it directly at this couple. Now, notice how this man and woman, they look very different from each other. This woman here is brightly colored dressed. She looks, very extravagant. Now, the gentleman here, he looks really different from her. He's wearing gray. He's wearing a quite dull color. He looks very common. And typically people from the outside, if you would see this couple, you probably wouldn't even assume that they associate themselves with each other because they look so different. So when I see this card is basically telling me that there was something that you were refusing to see about your love interest. Perhaps you were refusing to see that at the end of the day, the two of you guys are just incompatible. There's just, you guys are just not compatible, and perhaps you are refusing to really admit this because you saw so much potential. It's almost like this individual who's standing on the stool with the flashlight, he's really inspecting this couple, like he's looking deep into their relationship, and from his point of view, he sees how different they are. He sees that physically she looks different, physically he looks different, they're dressed differently. So really, to be honest with you, this 3 of Pentacles is intuitively telling me that for a really long time, I'm really seeing that at the very beginning when you when you first met this person, when the relationship or connection was first initiated, there were already red flags, you know, telling you that you guys were not compatible. But sometimes when you see the potential in a person, you tend to ignore the facts. You tend to ignore those very blunt and obvious signs telling you not to associate with them. But it seems like at the end of the day, you were sort of pushed to, it's almost like you had this rude awakening, you know, you became more realistic about the connection that you're in. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you your present spread. So in your present spread, you do have the Five of Wands, you have the Ace of Swords, and you have the High Priestess. Now, whenever I see the Five of Wands, I see commotion. I see a lot of intense disagreements, whether that's arguments, you know, just the two of you guys are not on the same page, and there's a lot of intense feelings between you and them. Interesting enough, I got the word hatred. So maybe someone's really hurt because they didn't get that ideal relationship that they wanted from their love interest. And so now there's some slight hatred that they're feeling towards their love interest because they simply didn't get their way with them. You know, the connection wasn't the way that they wanted it to be. With this Five of Wands, I also see commotion, like I said. Now, the commotion could be between you and your love interest, but the fact that these are five people and they each have their wands and they're, you know, these are five people. So what that tells me is that perhaps whatever the problem or the issue is between you and your love interest, it's gotten so intense to the point where it's affecting people outside of the connection. So people outside of this relationship or connection are now getting involved. This could be family, friends, children, but it's intense, okay? And that's all that I want you to understand is that presently right now, it's almost like the two of you are not seeing eye to eye. And even if you are, even if you guys are physically seeing each other, the tension is still there. The two of you guys are still not on the same page. And there's a lot of arguments, all right? Next, you have the Ace of Swords. There we go again with this defensiveness. Someone is still trying to protect, and let me just show you. Remember in your past how you had this Nine of Cups, and I said this is someone who is choosing to stick with their initial decision to be in this connection because they're protecting the potential. They are only driven by the potential, what could be. But like I said, potential is not guaranteed. So it seems like although someone in this connection, which I'm sensing is you, although you're not getting your way, although you know, you're getting less than what you deserve, you're willingly choosing to be stuck in an unhealthy connection. It's like at the end of the day, though, you still see a lot of potential. So you're willing to stay in this situation with this Ace of Swords. You are really protecting this relationship, whether you want to agree with that or not. It's like at the end of the day, you're not happy, but at the end of the day, you're still willing to be with this person, which is why I keep on saying it's like you're protecting, you're defending what you have, even though what you have isn't benefiting you. Next, you have the High Priestess. Now, the High Priestess is an amazing energy to have. The High Priestess is an individual who is very wise. They have really great judgment skills. But honestly, I'm seeing this High Priestess as defeat. Perhaps you were defeated in the past. Perhaps you tried to give this connection another chance. Presently, you're still not getting your way with this person. So you're kind of being forced to make a decision. With this High Priestess here, you're trying to have this energy. It's almost like logically, you know that you need to make a decision, a wise decision that will benefit you. But it's like emotionally, you know, you still want to stay in this connection. You still want to give it another try. So I'm just going to show you your future spread. So what is to come? What will be happening? All right. So in your future spread, you do have the Two of Swords, the Justice, and Page of Cups. So with this Two of Swords here, literally, like I just said, this is just confirmation. You really need to make a decision, and you need to make a decision that will benefit you. Understand that sometimes making a right decision doesn't mean that it's going to be your desire. You know, not everything that you desire is good for you. Okay? Not everything that you desire is good for you. So when you make a decision that is not really your emotional desire, it doesn't mean that that's a wrong decision to make. It just means that you have to have some form of self-discipline to be able to walk away from something that you love, but something that isn't serving you. Okay, with this Two of Swords here, this is confliction. Notice how they are blindfolded. So there's still something that you're either not seeing or that you're being stubborn to see. This is a lot of confliction. You know, you really have to make a decision. Make a decision that's best for you. Like I said, not everything that we desire is good for us. You desire to be with this person, but is it good for you? You know? Next, you have the Justice card. Oh, thank goodness this Justice card came out. With this Justice card here, I'm really seeing that the decision that you're going to be making will benefit you, will be the best for you. Even if emotionally you won't be fulfilled, at least you know, you won't be in an unhealthy connection. Remember how in your present spread you had this High Priestess. So it seems like after this, you know, confusion, confliction, you will completely tap into this High Priestess energy and be able to make a fair decision that is best for you. Sometimes you just have to do what's best for you, all right? Lastly, you have the Page of Cups. Now, I do want to clarify this Page of Cups because this is a message of an offer. Let's see. Clarify the Page of Cups. Oh my goodness. So in the future, you have, in clarity of this Page of Cups, like I said, pages are messages. This is a cup, so someone will be offering you something. I'm going to use the word something. I'm not going to say someone's offering love or offering you the world, because like I said, cups, you don't know what they're offering, and you don't always have to accept an offer, especially if you've dealt with a person who has offered you something but they didn't stick to their word. With this Page of Cups here, in the future, it's almost like once you finally make up your mind, this person's gonna try to come back and get you. Typical player move, because when they had you, they were mistreating you, and now when you finally put your foot down and make a fair decision, now they're going to want to try to, you know, play something on you to keep you stuck with them. Now with this Page of Cups, like I'm saying, this is an offer, but I needed to clarify who is making this offer. Is it you? Is it them? It's them. And with this Queen of Wands, they're going to make you feel like this. In clarity of the Page of Cups, you have this Queen of Wands. So when they come back and try to offer you something, that's going to make you even more confused. Notice how here with this Queen of Wands, this queen is, notice what's in her hand. You know, in the left hand, she's holding a wand. In her right hand, she's holding a flower. These two things contrast each other. A wand, when I see wands, I see them as a defense mechanism. So this is a woman who is still very angry and disappointed in her lover. So she's very defensive towards him. you know, or towards them. She's very defensive, but in her right hand, she has a flower. So it's sort of like, I'm still angry, I'm still mad at you, but at the end of the day, maybe we can work this out. Maybe I'll be able to give this another try. But how many times do you have to give this person a chance? I mean, that's a personal question for you to answer. But I'm saying that for a lot of you guys, this person has kept you in this cycle where they come in your life, they leave, go, come, go, come, go, come. And just because someone constantly comes back to you, doesn't mean that it's meant to be necessarily. It could just mean that, you know, they find it easy to come in your life and walk right out. And I also asked for another clarity of this page of cups here. You got the Queen of Wands, like I just said, but lastly, you also got the Three of Swords. Now, the Three of Swords is the ultimate heartbreak. This is three swords to the heart. So if you do choose this person, understand that they haven't changed. They haven't changed. They're still playing the same games on you. Like I said, for a lot of you guys, you've been through this with this person over and over and over and over again. How many times do you need to go through this with them? You know, before, you know, how many times are you going to allow them to trick you? You know their games. With this Three of Swords here, this could also symbolize a third party, multiple party situation. Someone who is unfaithful and is being involved with other people. If you dealt with a cheating partner in the past, and I remember specifically, you even had, let me just go ahead and show you. You had the five, there we go. You had the Five of Wands in your present. And remember how I said this situation, this is an intense commotion that could perhaps represent that it's an disagreement or fight that is not only between you and your love interest, but it is also affecting other people outside of the relationship. Remember how I said that. So with this Three of Swords here, this could be continuous heartbreak, or this could be a third party, multiple party situation. So Earth signs, thank you guys so much for watching my video. I really hope that this gave you some clarity. And Earth signs, I just want to remind you guys that in these readings about the past, present, and future, understand that this is a general reading. So while the past and present may resonate to you, it doesn't necessarily mean that what I said about your future applies to you personally, okay? Because this is a general reading. So the future spread may not apply to every single earth sign. So just remember that if you would like a personal reading, if the past and present did resonate and you would like to know for sure what will happen between you and your love interest in the future, you are more than welcome to visit my website. The link is in the description box. You can visit my website and I have a list of readings that I provide, including the relationship profile reading, okay, earth sign? So thank you guys so much once again, and y'all have a great day.